I have two little girls, Marvelous Madison and Ravishing Rayleigh, and they teach me every day what it means to be fully alive in your life and to have your heart in the game. And Madison has an ability just to continue to reflect back to me whatever it is that's going on at the time, to challenge me to think about what really matters. In January, when she was about 6 years old, she came home from school and she came into my home office about 3:30 in the afternoon. And she looked at me and she says, "Mommy, I have a plan." And I thought, good. What's your plan, sweetie? She says, "Mommy, well, after dinner tonight, I'm going to fly to the playground where I'll meet up with Jessica and Vanessa." She said, "Jessica has a locket with special powers that will take us directly up to God, where He will provide us further instructions about how to rid the world of evil." I nodded and said, "Good," and thought that was the end of it. At dinner time, as we were eating, she looked at her dad and she said, "Daddy, I'm going to have to eat a lot for dinner tonight. It's a big night. I don't know what time I'll be back." And he looked at me with one of those looks in his eyes like, "What?" And I mouthed the words, and hoping that we would, we were both kind of interested. What's going to happen here? How might this unfold? And so the good news was she did eat a lot for dinner, and she ran upstairs and she got changed for her night. And she came down dressed in layers. She had 2 pairs of leggings on, she had a shirt and a sweater and her nightdress over top. She bounded down the stairs and got into her snowsuit with her hat, her mitts and her scarf, picked up 2 bananas from the fruit bowl and headed out onto the driveway, where for the next 20 minutes, Madison ran up and down the driveway trying everything she could to get liftoff. She ran, she sprinted, she hopped, she spun, she flapped her arms as hard as she could. She even did a cartwheel in hopes that that would be the magic bit that would give her liftoff. After about 20 minutes, she came inside and she said, "Mommy, my plan isn't working." And I looked at her, not knowing what to say. She said, "Mommy, my plan isn't working and you're not even helping me." I said, "Sweetheart, I don't know how to help. It's just that it's never been done." At that moment, she got an idea. And she ran upstairs and found 2 pieces of crystal from her magic fairy dust she kept in her side table and put 1 in each pocket of her snowsuit and headed back out onto the driveway, where she continued running up and down. Now Rayleigh and I, Rayleigh, who was 3 at the time, are watching through the picture window, and Rayleigh looks at me, and I said to Rayleigh, I said, "Sweetheart, do you think Madison's going to be able to fly?" She said, "Oh, Mommy, it's very difficult." She said, "If you want to fly, you have to be a butterfly." Well, Madison didn't take off that night. And she sat down with Scott, and I could hear them as I listened through the screen door. They were sitting on the bench outside the door, and he was trying to console her with the story of the Wright brothers, and Orville and Wilbur in 1903, and how they had a dream, and people thought they were absolutely whacked and crazy and out of their minds. And they had many crashes and setbacks. But they did create flight. For those of you who believe boldly in your dreams, who knows what you might be able to create. So Madison was feeling okay about all that, and the next day she went to school, and when she came home, I said to her, I said, "Sweetheart, how did Jessica and Vanessa do?" She said, "Mommy, Jessica forgot. And Vanessa didn't even try." And then she said, "And Mommy, one of the mothers told me to stop talking about flying and not to be so silly." That's when my heart sank, because how quick we are to squash a child's imagination, to suffocate and push down the desire and the excitement about believing in your dreams and being imaginative and playful. And it's no wonder that as adults we have given up on our own dreams and have stopped really engaging in that alive way in our life. What would it be like for you if you believed in your dream and could you run after it with all your might and finally give up on the idea that it matters what other people think? What would it be like to reclaim that childhood curiosity, awe, and wonder, and to believe that you can create whatever you're excited and passionate about? I think that is our biggest challenge. Get your heart in the game is about re-engaging in a whole different way. And you know what's really exciting right now is that this is your time. I'm so excited to talk to you today because what you do really is what we're craving to experience more of in our life. We are in the biggest personal crisis, economic crisis, environment crisis of our time. And we have realized that no matter how much we buy and how much stuff we own, that it's not filling the void of emptiness within us. Mainstream Canadians are hungrier now than ever for meaning and purpose in their life, for a feeling of aliveness. We know that stuff isn't filling us up. And what we're craving for are experiences that help us to feel connected to each other, to ourselves, and to nature.